easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all.
This thing right here is gonna get to work. So here's the crazy thought. About 1.5 years ago, I picked up a camera for the very first time. And I mean picked up a camera as in picking up a DSLR. I picked up plenty of other cameras before, but this is the first. It was one of the first times I picked up DSLR with the intent to be like, I'm gonna make content for somebody. Whether it be video or photography, I'm gonna do it with this camera. But you might be asking yourself, why am I bringing this up to you? It's because I have this little story to tell you. So back when I was a little kid, I had this inherent desire to want to be a photographer. I came to that realization when I was in elementary school and I was talking to a guidance counselor, and he asked me what I wanted to do when I was gonna grow up. And I said the first thing I thought of was a photographer. And it's a funny thing, because from that moment till about 1.5 years ago, I did nothing to pursue or to grow in photography at all. Like zero. I don't even think I told my parents about wanting to be a photographer. It's just something I said and I stuck in the back of my mind. And sometimes I wondered why I never pursued photography at all. Like I didn't put in any work into it. And you know, it's probably because I picked up a guitar and I spent all my time learning how to be a musician and learning how to grow in music. And photography was just not on the roster. Up until about 1.5 years ago, I was sitting at my desk and I was watching a YouTube video and I thought to myself, why am I not making content? I can do what these guys are doing. I want to go and do this, and I want to do it with a purpose. So from then on, I was convinced that I needed a camera and I needed to learn everything about photography and everything about video. And that's when that childhood fantasy came to fruition. That's when it all started. And I think that's something that God put in me. And it's not something that I was trying to pursue on my own. I think if I would have pursued it on my own way back when, it would have led me to a terrible destination, and it was put on the back burner for a reason. And it just proves to me that God's plans are way, way bigger than we assume they are. That was instilled in me when I was a kid. That was about 18 years ago. I'm about to be 25 next week, and I am just now coming to grips with just how big and how much love our God has for us. And I bring all this up because today marks the very first opportunity that I have to be a photographer for an event. I am shooting photography for Hope Channel, and I'm a part of their crew. So the event I'm shooting is also the annual council here in Battle Creek, Michigan. So I get to be a part of a conference meeting, and I get to be a part of a huge media-based evangelism company because I picked up a camera 1.5 years ago. So maybe it's me, or maybe I'm being nostalgic about childhood things, but I am living the dream I said I would want to do to that guidance counselor 18 years ago. Today, and I can't be happier. The attendance for this event was 1,400 people, all individually different, some were even from different countries. And I can't help the fact to think of that verse in chapter 2 of Daniel, verse 21. It says, God will raise up kings and tear them down. See, God appoints people to places. And we know without a shadow of a doubt that He will not give us something we cannot handle. I also know, though, that in politics, and even in religious politics, there's a lot of bad things to be said. But these individuals, at the end of the day, are our brothers and sisters in Christ. They are family and friends. They are sons and daughters of mothers and fathers. And they deserve to be prayed for just as much as any other. To pray that their voice and their action causes a reaction for good things to come in the future. It also makes me think about the Good Samaritan, and how a priest and a Levite walked past a man who was wounded by thieves, but the Samaritan stopped and helped this man and healed his wounds. In the political world, I think there are wounds, and I think it's our job to help and mend those wounds and to pray for them. No matter if their views are in opposition of ours, they are still brothers and sisters in this walk to meet Christ. Bye-bye, awesome lens. Alright, time to go home. Look who we found! Wow! That was way too close.
It was crazy to meet up with these guys.
Right? So they randomly ran into us because we had the same flight out of Chicago, and now we're gonna sort of drive them home, and then we're gonna go home and go to bed, probably. Good plan?
Good plan.
Oh, that's our mark. We gotta go. Okay, we found our bus. Where's the other Laura?
She's coming.
There she is. She's coming.
All right, so now we're gonna try to remember. I'm gonna try to remember where I parked. Sort of.
I missed all the good stuff because I couldn't turn the camera on.
You're fired.
Wow, this camera looks good. Hello. Hey. Hello.
That was not hard. Did not struggle a lot.
We were just like 4 feet away from the
Just
little.
kind of lean out the window like the whole way.
Detour. You got the food?
Yep.
Nailed it. Detour accomplished. So we're saying goodbye to the homies. They're taking off. It's been fun. Goodbye. So there's a lot going on in this video. I'm glad I had the time to even piece anything together because I didn't think I was gonna have time. Saturday and Friday doing photography, I did 1,700 photos. Like, that's just so much, and I felt every photo because I was on my feet all day. All around, it was a great experience. I'm just glad I had the opportunity to do it. As for me and Laura, yes, if you haven't noticed, we made it home, and we're gonna be here for only 2 days, and then we have to go out 6 hours from here to Morton to do evangelistic series in another part of Washington. And not to sound redundant, but the point I was trying to make with the montage a second ago is just to point out that these people of like the annual council, or political people in general, they need our support. I feel like all too often it's easier to point out their flaws and what they're doing is wrong and blast them over social media. I see it all the time. And I think we just need to assess and take a moment and realize these are real people, just like me and you. Anyways, it's like 5:30 in the morning here. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. There's a lot of things going on in the annual council. Let's have a conversation about it in the comment section. And if you didn't know, Laura's album's out. You can go check it out on her website. It's called Going Home. It's pretty awesome. But before I continue to talk on and on and on, I think you guys have endured enough. So I'm gonna go back inside where it's not freezing cold outside and get warm. See you later.